I'm here with Sam from Shure. 100 years of innovation. How did you guys do it?
Yeah, it is a very exciting time. I mean, this show is amazing, and we are on top of it. We're celebrating our centennial, 100 years, and you don't get to be a 100-year-old company by not paying attention to a few things. First and foremost is quality. Yeah. It's absolutely important to us that our customers trust us every time, anywhere. Pro audio conferencing, it is one of the biggest things that delineates what Shure does compared to the competition. But in addition to that, to get to 100 years, you really have to be able to keep up with innovation. You have to be able to continuously reinvent yourself, reinvent the products you're making, and basically concentrate on that user and what their needs are. That's what makes us get to 100.
Yeah, and let's switch over to user needs. This 100 years of innovation, what kind of products do you have on show for everyone with all of that history behind them?
Yeah, absolutely. So, when Shure produces a product, we don't just release a product. We release a solution for our customers, right? And so this year is no different. We have so many new products that fill an entire portfolio of needs for our customers for all intents and purposes. And, collaboration is the big thing. People are coming back to the office. People are trying to figure out how to do their job in a very different world. I want to say hybrid work is here to stay, but let's be honest, it's not called hybrid work anymore. It's just the new way of doing business, right? And related to that, the big thing here is that we still haven't really figured out how to do this. People are constantly changing the way they do their job. They're constantly changing how they interact, how they collaborate. Are we in a huddle room today? Are we in a flex space? And our products across the board try to fill that niche in and be able to fill the need. And if nothing else, we have to be flexible, scalable. We have to be transparent and seamless and easy to install and reconfigure. And so we've come up with a number of products that fill that need. One of them being, of course, our IntelMix room kits, which is a Microsoft Teams room, but really intended to be as simple as possible to use and filling the portfolio from the smallest room all the way to the most complex room. The foundation kit is the same for everything, but then it scales based on the space it's in. We have the kits that are purpose-built for medium rooms, large rooms, and that extra reconfigurable complex room, multi-camera solution. And of course, the theme across all of them is amazing audio in all solutions, right? Because the kits are built on our IntelMix DSP that handles all kinds of audio challenges that people have problems with. It also is able to adapt to changing environments. All of that makes it easy to deploy, easy to use. Now, in addition to that, there are going to be conference rooms or spaces that are not cookie cutter. Yeah. For example, rooms that are meant for lecturing as well as conferencing, where you have remote participants, you have a lecture or a training room of sorts. And so that's where the next product we're introducing comes in, which is our Microflex wireless Next product. It's a 4 or 8 channel product and can scale all the way up to 160 channels. And that it's really a niche that we see hasn't been filled in the market, right? The ability to be able to have a lecture and at the same time a conference that's going on with remote participants. And then finally, that's all the capture side of it, but you also need the playback side. You need the speaker side of things. And so we are releasing also our speaker line, which is MXN and with an amplifier to it that, so simple to install, so simple to deploy. One small amplifier that's PoE powered that'll power up 8 speakers within the conferencing space. Different set of speakers with all form factors from the pendant to the ceiling mic. And they really fit into almost any architecture you can think of, but really purpose-built for the conferencing space.
Yeah, I really like that word solutions, right? Because that's what AV and IT professionals are looking for. These products that you've talked about, how do they make their lives easier?
Good question. We focus on that end user, and really there's multiple end users in our case, right? There's the end user who is using the system that needs the technology to seamlessly blend in the background so they can concentrate on their job and it enables them to do things more efficiently. But then that's not where it stops, right? You've got to be able to deploy and reconfigure fast. We just talked about you've got to be flexible for this market nowadays, right? The returning workforce is going to change constantly, and you've got to be able to be flexible there. So to do that, not only do we have simplicity of deployment, our IntelMix room kits can literally be installed and set up in 5 minutes, and you have a full-blown Teams room. But in addition to that, we complement it with management systems, cloud systems that allow you to manage, monitor, deploy, upgrade, all of that scenario. And then finally, with the intelligence built into our DSP systems, we are able to adapt to the changing configuration. So the AV professional is able to install fast and concentrate on where they add value in the more complex areas. The IT personnel are able to manage it faster, and then the end user is able to use the system just seamlessly.
Yep. I also want to jump on collaboration, and that's a space that I'm very interested in because it's going to be evolving with the addition of AI. What are your thoughts on what's happening in the collaboration space and how Shure kind of fits in and provides value?
Yeah, so I didn't think I would end an interview without talking about AI, of course. And really it is a game changer for us, for end users. I mean, I'm an end user of our AI systems within our conference rooms, and it's just changed the way I do work, right? I don't have to be in every meeting. I can trust that I'm getting the transcription and the speaker attribution, so I know what's important to me within the meeting without having to sit there for an hour. But I found that I can only trust it based on how good the data coming into it is, right? The AI is only as good as the information it has. And so it's crucial that you have pristine audio going into the AI engine for it to be able to transcribe accurately and to be able to attribute the statements to the proper speakers. And that's where Shure comes in. I mean, with our audio systems, not only are we able to provide that amazing performance in audio for the remote collaborators, but also for the AI solution to be able to do its job. In addition to that, if you look at how we do meetings and where AI comes into the picture, it really isn't the old-fashioned, I'm sitting around the table and everybody's speaking, and so you tune the room for those participants who are sitting around the table. Collaboration happens ad hoc. People walk into conference rooms all the time and whiteboard or sitting in the corner having a conversation. And it's really crucial that our audio solutions are able to adapt to that changing configuration so that you can capture the very important meeting moments that are happening all around. That's what enables collaboration and AI to be able to be as efficient as possible.
Last question from my side. Audio is very important. It has been very important. It will be very important. But I'd like to get your thoughts on how you think our relationship with audio is going to change and evolve in the coming years and maybe even the next 100 years.
Absolutely. Well, pristine audio is important to every meeting. There's no doubt about that, right? How many times have you been in a meeting and it's can you hear me? Oh, there's background noise, right? And it's our job to eliminate all of that, to just make it a seamless experience where you don't have to think about it. You're just, that remote participant or that local participant are having a natural conversation just like we are. And putting the intelligence and, dare I say, AI into our products to be able to handle that and to be able to eliminate the unwanted noise and capture the wanted noise or the wanted speech that goes to the other side, that's really important to us. And so we are very highly focused on this experience, the human experience in the room, and how that enables collaboration. So how is the audio going to change over time? It really has to adapt to all these changing factors. And as the workspace changes, it's not always going to be purpose-built for a conference room. How many times have you gotten into a really beautiful conference room, but it's all glass or all reflective material, right? And that's an absolute horrible experience if you do nothing else and just pipe that to the far end. But that's where we come in and make sure that no matter what the room looks like, that far end is getting the absolutely most amazing experience they can. This is only going to carry on going forward, right? As spaces change, as more challenges come on, you're going to see a lot more than this. Good enough audio is no longer good enough, right?
Yeah.
We need to get it better. We need to be able to improve. And once you've had that experience with that pristine audio, you never want to go back.
Yeah. Sam, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It's been great.